I'm going to introduce to you a concept maybe relatively new, but psycho work, what I define as psycho work, is necessary these days because organizations are not as navigable as they used to be. So psycho work, think of it like applying some of the principles and practices of psychology to helping you understand organizations, how they work, the dynamics of them, the individuals who work within them, how they interact and how you can get the best out of them in order to achieve your business goals. That's psycho work. It's not all of us suddenly becoming well-qualified psychologists, but using some of those principles that make an awful lot of sense if you're trying to navigate through very complex organizations. So the first thing is the complexity. Organizations are far, far different to how they used to be. In the old days, it was relatively simple. The only skill you needed was to be able to understand an organization chart, know who was at the top, who was at the next level, what all the different departments meant. But these days, we've got matrix management, we've got dotted lines of responsibility, we've got project groups assembling, we've got virtual groups, we're working with people sometimes we've never ever met from all over the world. Organizations are far more complex. It's very difficult to understand them and to navigate through them. There's periods of intense change now, and you're not too sure what your business direction is for periods of time. It may be that you're being bought or sold, and the ownership of your organization is very hard to fathom. So without psycho work, it's rather difficult to understand what it is that's going to keep people moving and keep people going and understanding and keep business as usual, whilst all of that is going on around you. The second thing, it'll be really, really useful to have a bit of psycho work under your belt and some of those skills at your command, is that you need to know these days what an individual wants. You know, we come to work because we're motivated, we want to do it. We don't necessarily come to work because we have to any longer. We've chosen this organization over that organization. And because of the power we now have, we've chosen this job over that job. And so increasingly, individuals are expecting far more than just the regular psychological contract, which used to be, okay, I'll come to work, I'll do what I need to do for you, as it says in my job description, and you pay me and look after me, and that's over, I'll go home. It's not like that anymore. Nowadays, it's more like, okay, here I am, I'm going to sell my skills on the open market to the best bidder. And I'm going to do what I can for you for a period of time that suits me, and then when I'm finished, I'm going to go elsewhere and do something else. In return for that, I will want recompense and reimbursement and some sort of salary, but that's the deal. So it's very different. To be able to understand and engage with and keep and attract and make the best of someone who has those kinds of motivations requires a different understanding of the individual psychological needs and makeup. And the third thing that's imperative to have some psycho work is understanding the diversity of the workforce now. We're no longer fairly homogenous with white males aged 20 to 60. What we need now are people who are able to manage the whole gamut of individuals from different cultures, from different genders, different backgrounds, from expecting different things of the workplace and the interaction, the dynamics within the workplace, and having a lot more power to be able to yield and impact and influence themselves as individuals on the workplace. So a bit of understanding of who they are and how appreciable their differences are. Outstanding tolerance of difference is what you really need. An appreciation of culture, an unparalleled sensitivity to an individual. Now, psycho work is not new. The great managers and leaders have been doing this for years. But it's important. You need to know how organizations work. You need to understand the dynamics. And there are some practices and principles in psychology that can help you. Knowing the individual, how he or she works and why they come to work and how to get the best out of them. And understanding and leveraging the differences there are between us. That's the key to great leadership in the future.